It's 1992. I'm 9 years old. My dad is sitting in the driver's seat. He's screaming at a cable car blocking his way. "Niu Quang Te Mun Ma Dai." In Thai, this means, "I'll hang you like a dead dog." I brace myself because I know what's coming next. Yup, he turns the wheel sharply, hops over the curb, and proceeds to drive on the sidewalk with pedestrians. I duck down in embarrassment. Clearly, my dad was not a patient man. Fast forward 10 years. We are sitting in the same silver Buick, same street, same red light. But this time, a man randomly leaps off the cable car, slams his hand against my dad's side of the window. I jolt back against the seat, but my dad, he sits completely still. Then he turns his head towards me and says, "J-A-I. Just accept it." Hand hits glass. Glass makes vibration. Vibration makes sound. Suffering is interpretation. To me, just a sound. Somewhere between those two scenes, my dad made a dramatic transformation, and I can pinpoint the exact moment it began. One Sunday afternoon, we met a family friend who has survived a near-fatal car accident. She told us she turned to spirituality to endure the pain of more than 20 surgeries. And despite her broken body, she radiated this peace. And that cracked something open in my dad. He stopped smoking. He stopped drinking. He even started meditating. And most surprising of all, his rage just disappeared. And whenever I would confide in him, he would say, "Joy, J-A-I, just accept it." Easy for him to say. My dad is a monk. And I don't mean that metaphorically. Within the year, let's see. There it goes. Within the year, my dad moved to Thailand, shaved his head bald, and literally became a saffron-robed monk. As far as my mom, I think she was relieved to see him go. He was a very difficult man to live with. I remember as a child, he would yell at her on top of his lungs. I had a pink baby blanket. I would put it over my head like a fortress, frozen in fear. And when he would finally storm out of the house, I would tiptoe out of my room, find my mom, and with my little hands, I would wipe her tears and say, "Mom, it's okay. You don't need to cry. I'm here now." No one asked how I was doing. There was no room for that, so I found my own way to cope. By the time I became an adult, while my dad was off chasing enlightenment, well, I was chasing a very different kind of transformation. He turned to Buddhist philosophy. I turned to professional bodybuilding. It was more than just muscle. It was survival. I poured all of my childhood wounds into the weight and sculpted my trauma into strength. And some pretty amazing glutes. Because nothing says I am worthy of love like a spray-tanned and bedazzled butt. My life certainly appeared intact. I was a family nurse practitioner. I married a wonderful, handsome man. I became a mom. But underneath this facade, man, I was your classic high achiever and people pleaser. I mistook functional for whole. Meanwhile, my dad and I kept in touch over Facebook. Yes, monks do Facebook, just in case you're wondering. And he would always end his message with, "Joy, remember, J-A-I, just accept it." "Yes, Dad, just accept it." I repeated that phrase so often to appease him, but I didn't understand its true meaning. Then, 3 years ago, after work, I was walking on an ordinary sidewalk when I saw a white van come swerving towards me at about 60 miles per hour. In that moment, time did not slow. It fractured. I didn't run. I didn't scream. I looked at that van, dropped my arms, opened up my palms, and fully surrendered. I was not bracing for impact. I was prepared to die. I didn't feel fear. I felt stillness, peace, and presence. The van ended up missing me by inches, but it shattered something else: my illusion of control. Looks like it only took my dad becoming a monk, 20 years of listening to his mindset training, 12 years of therapy, somatic bodywork, a stack of self-help books, and a near-death experience for me to finally get it. So here's my humble attempt to share with all of you JAI, the way I learned it through life, not lectures. Here are my 3 just accept it truths. Truth number 1, impermanence. Predictability provides illusion of control in a world that's constantly changing. So what happens when we have a partner that criticizes us with that tone? Or a child who rolls their eyes and talks back? Or a driver who cuts you off on the road and gives you the finger? When we aren't able to accept the moment exactly as it is, we trigger the amygdala, the brain's alarm system that causes us to react. However, if we choose to pause, even for 3 precious seconds, we allow the prefrontal cortex, the brain center for calm, logic, and reason, to switch back on. JAI lives in this 3-second pause between stimulus and response. And in this pause is where we can find the power of choice. Truth number 2, imperfection, just like my slide deck. The flaws we see in others are typically our own in disguise. I resented my father's rage until I heard it in my own voice. I mourned and grieved my mother's emotional absence until I caught myself overlooking my own son, and I still do. Being able to accept my own imperfections has allowed me to accept others with so much more compassion and to let go of resentment. Lastly, improvement. I think we all know this. Life isn't about being perfect. It's about striving to be a better person. My dad used to say, live life like a B student. B. A's can inflate you, C's can slow you down, but B lives in that sweet spot of both outside striving, yet inside surrender. It took a near-death experience for me to integrate everything my dad has been trying to teach me all along. Love, joy, and peace isn't something that you chase outside of you. It's what you discover when you stop chasing. So if you remember one thing from today, let it be this. The next time life feels heavy, drop your arms, open up your palms, and just accept it. Thank you.